Welcome to Thai Tamil News. Editor of the news, Vividarani Mageshwaran. Reader of the news, Miss Mary Lavinia Phillips Wakinroj. Headlines of the news. New research reveals that the full course of Chinese vaccines effective against Delta variant. The apparel sector is urging against delaying deliveries under the guise of preventing COVID-19. Highways Minister announced that work on roads bridges to continue despite quarantine curfew. Witnesses say the Taliban have imposed control around Kabul airport. SLC yet approve Hazaranga and Chamira's IPL team. News in details. The Chinese embassy in Kuala Lumpur said a research team led by leading Chinese epidemiologist Song Nezhan has identified that the administration of the full course of Chinese vaccines is effective against the Delta variant of COVID-19. The World Health Organization has identified the Delta variant as more transmissible and categorized it as a variant of concern. It has now become the dominant variant in the world, leading to more cases of hospitalizations and deaths. According to a study done in China after the outbreak in South China's Guangzhou, it has been found that the two shots of Chinese inactivated vaccines are 59.0% effective in the prevention of symptoms, 70.2% in preventing moderate prevention of symptoms, 100% in preventing severe symptoms. The vaccine efficacy of two-dose vaccination against COVID-19 reached 72.5% among participants aged 40 to 59 years and was higher in females than in males against COVID-19 and moderate diseases. While single-dose vaccination was not sufficiently protective, the two-doses dosing scheme of the inactivated vaccine was effective against the Delta variant infection in real-world settings, with the estimated efficacy exceeding the World Health Organization minimal threshold of 50%, the journal says. Despite the lockdown, the Sri Lankan Chamber of Garment Exporters, of which represents SME in the textile industry, emphasized the importance of continuing to make garment products in order to meet orders from overseas buyers with quality and on-time delivery. Hemanta Pereira, the organization's general secretary, told the Daily Mirror that Sri Lanka has received a large number of orders for the autumn and winter seasons, and that any delays in delivery would have a negative impact on the entire sector. He said that factory workers had been thoroughly vaccinated and that the prevalence of COVID-19 had been among them was now negligible. He also stated that the factories were run as closely as possible in accordance with health protocols. Right now, we are running at 75 to 85% of our capacity. Even if we operate at fully capacity, we will not be able to fulfill all of the orders. It's even more critical to ensure that the sector is completely functional. Our employees should be dubbed dollar heroes because they are the ones who bring in the most money. We needed foreign currency to import petroleum products and much needed doses of COVID-19 vaccines. Despite the statewide quarantine ban, Highways Minister Johnston Fernando indicated Monday that building work on roads, bridges, and highways will proceed as usual. The minister stated the workers and engineers might report to work using their employee ID cards as curfew passes. Minister Fernando stated that work on improving infrastructure through the development of road networks would not be halted. However, there are precautions in place to prevent the epidemic from spreading. The staff have been trained on health precautions and guidelines advised by health authorities, and the minister stated that they will follow such safety measures while working to meet the goal set for them. He stated that 1,000 rural bridges were on track to be built by the end of the year, as planned. He stated that the government is aware of the problems that the public has when travel limitations are enforced, but that the public should support the government's effort to protect people's lives. Now, world news. Witnesses said Afghanistan's new Taliban rulers established some discipline at Kabul airport on Sunday, ensuring that people formed orderly lineups outside the major gates and that mobs were not allowed to amass around the premier. According to witnesses, there was no violence or chaos at the airport when morning broke on Sunday. Despite the fact that it was early, long queues were forming, they said. Prime Minister Scott Morrison said Australia flew 4 flights into Kabul on Saturday night, rescuing more than 300 individuals, including Australians, Afghan visa holders, New Zealanders, Americans, and British citizens. A Taliban official speaking to Reuters on Saturday said security risks could not be ruled out, but that the group was aiming to improve the situation and provide a smooth exit for people trying to leave over the weekend. Taliban leaders are trying to hammer out a new government after their forces swept across the country as US-led forces pulled out after 2 decades with the Western-backed government and military crumbling. Sports news. Vanindu Hazarana and Dasmanta Chamira, who were announced as replacement players by Royal Challengers Bangalore RCB for the remainder of the Indian Premier League IPL 2021 season, have neither taken permission from Sri Lanka Cricket SLC nor the board is aware of their signings. We have not taken any decision yet, as they will have to apply for the no objection certificates NOCs. We are not aware of these players being selected, nor have they sought permission from us, a reliable source at SLC revealed yesterday. The source further said that the board will take a decision on the players only when the application for NOCs made before them. Thank you.